It's like running a little behind because I was digging through my scrap bucket. And we'll see who's first to come on. That'll be the thing. I'm getting the other one set up so I can see the chat. Waiting for notification so I can open that one. And we'll go from there. Trying to come up with something scrappy to do. I gotta mute that one. There we go. But it's Tuesday. No baby D. Jennifer. It's like, I had a very good Christmas. Hi, Beverly. It's like, didn't know what I was going to do, so I just grabbed some stuff. And I'm thinking it's time to make a mug rug. Hi, Denise. Hi, Joseph. But it's mug rug time. We can give our friends mug rugs. Hi, Carrie. I think I got everybody. Beverly. I'll go again. Jennifer, Beverly, Joseph, Denise, and Carrie. And this is just a very simple, grab your scraps and go. I was going to do purple, but for Randy, no purple involved. There might be a pink, but there's no purple. So I'm going to take these squares that I have. I'm just going to sew them back together. Hi, Lisa. And I have a handful of scraps. That'll be the other side. So one side will be scrappy, because this here is both crazy. And so I'm going to make mine kind of reversible. This time. Who knows what next time might bring. Okay, sit these out here, because I don't want them side by side. Don't know how many I have or need. Hi, Susan. Hi, Lori. Hi, Gayla. Kind of went up and down the totem pole there reading. It's like, these here are left over from a layer cake. And so I'm just trying to distribute them to where we're not seeing everything together. And I don't know if I have enough. See. I do have some more that have cherry blossoms. But hi, Gladys. Okay, let's make a 4-patch. Something weird here. I have more of some colors than other colors. It's like I need 2 more squares. What size is this square? It's a 3x3. Of course, I get in here. Runny nose. I did put my ruler back in here. It's like, there's some of this up here. So let's cut 2 of this. Still have not found my 2.5 by 6.5 ruler. One, two, three. Yep, it's a 3-inch strip. So there's going to be a couple different ways. I'll just sew these together because it's like we cut out the heart shape. The quilt on the wall. Oh, that's up there. That was called a bag exchange. So I'll get that up some more. And we had to put our fabrics in a bag. And we had to say what we wanted, kind of. It's like we had to say what we wanted. So there's one fabric, the turquoise print that's in the Sunbonnet Sue's dress is my main fabric. The white swirl is my background fabric. I said backgrounds need to be in white. That one didn't follow instructions, white. And the opposite corner down here has a blue background, which you can't see because of my sewing machine. And so I put a sashing with cornerstones of leftover fabric. Now I'm going to make some pinwheels out of leftover fabric. But I have to decide what color would I like to have my border. That's my thing now. What color would I like to have my border? It's like, so I'm trying to figure. I think it's like a thin strip, believe it or not, of orange to stop your eyeball. Because there is orange colored fabrics in there. And then try to match either I am saying the turquoise that's in there. The turquoise I have is not the right color. It's like, this is what happens when you buy fabric and then your stuff isn't to you. It's the wrong turquoise. It's like, so I have this fabric and it's the wrong turquoise. So what do you do? It's like I still haven't got notification over here. It's like when you try. But it's like there's no purple in there. There is no purple in that quilt. So this is kind of a Randy day. No purple involved. So I have them kind of lined up. There's kind of a pattern. So I will try to sew these in a web. Try to sew them in a web. Doesn't always work. If I had more time to practice a bag, I could do a bag. Just a simple bag that I see everybody making out of squares. So, how was everybody's holiday? And anybody starting a new project or so along? You know, I gotta get a hold of Lori and have her send me a picture of Song Sparrow, the one that they're doing. I can't seem to find the right pattern. The one I have has got birds in it, and I don't remember hers having birds in it. But maybe it was just the way she held it up. I don't know. Hi, June. What the heck is on my scissors? Something green. The Grinch was in here and cut something with my scissors. It was green. Okay. Because I'm doing something wrong, that's for sure. I'm finding the wrong one. Oh, see, now, where'd that one fabric go? Cut it. Guess I should turn this back over here. I made a grid out of my fabrics. Hi, so Terry. Nobody missed D because D is with Grandma. Great Grandma gets this week off. But she was so cute when I went out there Christmas Eve. And I stopped at the window to get her attention. And she was trying to crawl out the window to get me. She was so excited. She was just, her hands are going and she's screaming because she wants out the window where I'm at. And her daddy's saying, go over here to the door. Gigi Ma's going to be at the door. She's standing at the window. And it's like, and then her Speed Racer. And they have vinyl floors. Vinyl floors and stockings. You can, well, that was a good one. I put the wrong color on there. I got a seam ripper it. But it was so cute. And then this Saturday, my son says, we're taking a trip. We're going down to Natchez. I says, we're going down to see the flooding. I knew what he was going to do. But I said a bad word. Because he said we was going to get up at 4:30 in the morning and leave. And it's like, hell no. It's like, it's like, yeah. I says, we didn't even get up at 4:30 in the morning to go to Oregon. And how's the little one today? How's the queen? I should say. How is the queen, Terry? I think you got just about everybody. It's like, I think. Wasn't really watching everybody you was saying hi to, June. Yeah, Peony the Weenie. That name. It's like, that's priceless. She's snoring? That's cute. This is the fun part. Now I'm sewing. Make sure that material's on the right way. You have a hot cup of joe and sitting. That's good. This one, fold it back. See, you can hardly tell what's right and wrong. This was a jelly roll from Switzerland. I'm making placemats today, trying to use up some leftover fabric. It's like, I don't use placemats. I use mugrugs more than I do placemats, but that's why I decided I would try. And was going to do the sweetheart block, but I didn't cut anything out. It's like I was trying to think all night long what I was going to do today. As I'm sitting there stitching those little tiny stitches. Those little tiny stitches are little tiny stitches. I got one side to go on the quilt. It's the long side. I always say, It's like I take the width and the height. I'm on highway 75 or on highway 100. So I'm heading down the highway 100 right now. And of course, the thread bunged up and caught someplace. And you try to get everything in there so you can clip that one thread. It doesn't want to allow you that. And then I got to try to get the bobbin back in there. It's like, you think it drops in there easy enough when we go to use it. It dropped back in there to do this. I got to pick that up over. And June saying Happy New Year's, everybody. It's like, yeah, it's going to be a new year. I plan on having this quilt done tonight. Before I go to bed, I plan on, oh no, she must have smelled your coffee. It's like, does coffee come with treats? So I'm going to finger press these now. I'm going to do one row one way and the other row the other way. That way the seams will set. Just make with all your orphan blocks, a collage quilt. It's like sampler quilt. Remember this quilt. That one's that way, so this goes this way. So there is kind of a pattern, or there is a pattern, I should say, in this. You can't see all the blocks. See, there is a pattern. I have this funky print all the way down diagonally and in the corners. This is 3. This one's 3. This one's 2. This one's 2. That's it, Terry. And put the square dancing one right in the middle and say, this one don't do again because we don't know what it is. I'm going to run out of bobbin thread. It's like, do I have any color here? It's like, I know I had some black somewhere. It's like, I thought, oh, I have orange. It's just a mug rug. I'll use the orange if I find where I put the bobbins. I'm constantly reorganizing due to little fingers. Yeah, I'm going to put in the orange variegated. Oh, well. Yeah, frog den. I can't. Not that one. That was fun. June, I decided I would just take some pieces, put it together, and make a mug rug. It's getting Valentine's time, so it's like, this is going to be the back. I might not even cut it in the heart shape. Who knows? Because I don't have my pinking shears up here. But it's like, that was last Valentine's Day, I think. Just a quick throw together. And then when I was all done, I just did a fancy, took one decorative stitch, sandwiched them together, sewed the heart shape on the outside edge, pinked around it, and said done. And you can give them to your friend with a cup of coffee and a cup or cookies. Yeah, you can do the rag quilt. And on mine, so Terry, remember I bordered mine with one fabric. So the whole block is not destroyed because you got to go sew back up a 1/2 inch to get your rag effect. I probably shouldn't even try using up this thread. It'll probably tangle again. Still nesting the seams. It's like, even on the one quilt, because I told you guys, if you make a quilt and it's got a bunch of pieces on the outside edge, don't do it. Put a border. Put anything on that outside edge. Put fabric out there. I think I lost 1 point on that binding, but I was close. It was close. She's either growling or whining. Do they sound the same, Terry? But by nesting them back and forth, they all fit. My purple flannel is supposed to be in. I ordered some dark purple flannel. I finally give up because I couldn't find out what's the difference between 5-ounce flannel and flannel. She makes and a yelling sound. Okay, is that kind of like Delaney's and One is food and one is something else. I don't know if it's food or water. Oh, she probably likes the keyboard for the heat. Bobbin ran out way back there. You guys probably seen that saying, stop, stop. But I'm not going to take the time to. I have a full bobbin. It got dropped off of my table. I have cleaned my room. I cannot find the full bobbin. I cannot find the full bobbin. And then one of our gals in here watching, Gayla, the G&B, she's doing physical therapy after her stroke. Well, she's doing the physical therapy and no, the door is clear over. It's like where it dropped and where it should be are two sides of the room, but I've looked everywhere. I want to remodel and rearrange in here, not remodel. I'd like to take this one curio cabinet and at least get it on the other side of the room. Thank you, Joseph. It's like I improvise a lot too, Joseph. If you're ever on here, I am just pick up and sew. That ice maker is making a lot of noise. I've got to where I can sleep through the noise of the ice maker, but during the day, I still wonder if somebody's in my house. You give her some food. This is an orange variegated that I had on the bobbin from a applique Probably a pumpkin or something. Something in oranges. Yeah, if I give Delaney food, it gives me time to sit another minute or two. But she's getting cousin time and grandma time. And then she's there when Grandpa gets off work. It's like, okay, it's just not me thinking I'm hearing things. My printer's not on during most times. I'm glad it wasn't the other day when I printed those 104 pages. And then after it got partway through it, and it decided to reprint some that I already had, it's like I did 10 pages at a time. You just get to the point that you just kind of, okay, there's that. It's like 4 by 4, so 16 squares. Yeah, I hit cancel, but then I had to remember how to go in and delete the printing, because when I started it up again, it did the same thing. Started over. It's like, why? I says, I love you, printer. I was trying to convince it that I wasn't evil. But it wasn't buying it. But so out of 104 pages, I ended up with 116. But this fabric is from Switzerland. It was a layer cake from Switzerland. And was the Switzerland equivalency to Joanne Fabrics. And then I have these 2 layer cakes untouched. It was cherries. It had this cherry print, and then it had these others as accents. See, if I wanted to just make the mug rug out of this for the top, I could put this on the back. Hi-yo, Patty. It's like, but a lot of their fabric, they found a fabric store and they went in and bought a layer cake, a fat quarter, couple pieces, and then the yardage they had is in jersey, t-shirt material. So I don't know what I'm doing with the t-shirt material. I really don't. So it's like I could make, just a quick mug rug out of this. I just sat that thing up there somewhere. Now it's buried because it's the right size. See, I would have only had to make half a square, or 4 by 9. It's like put it out in the middle. It's like, I'm giving these to the girls and they can say this is their thing. The other thing I had that I was thinking about doing was their table runners. I have this Cupid fabric here sent to me from a friend, Darlene. But this one has the sweetheart block, and then I did pinwheels to make it longer. And then same way here, I did the pink because one of the girls is more pink and one's more red. And then I had extra of these blocks, so I added one to each end of it to make it longer. But you just use your imagination. It's called the Sweetheart block. And then I'm going to put this Cupid fabric on the back. But next week I'll make the Sweetheart block, and I'll make a pillow out of it for on the shelf behind me. And then I'll have time to have everything ready. But I have one of the batting here. But it's like, I don't have anything to do. It's like, that batting pick up my fabric? Yep. That batting is excellent design wall material, except for it picks up everything. Because that's what I was using at first. I took a twin size batting and put up on my wall. But everything stuck to it. Every thread, every hair, and then I was trying to roll. Hi, Dorlyn. It's like, did you make it through the holidays? It's the first time I think I've seen. And then Linda's Trendy Threads is here. Thanks for joining. But I haven't seen Dorlyn for a while. She get everything done and survived the holidays. It's like, we know she survived the holidays. Oh, grabbing my bag of batting. Or Miss Delaney's chair. My bag of batting is, I made these grain sack bags, and it's quite full. And it sits behind my sewing machine. And Delaney found that she can just sit on it. So, yeah, wow, you're still working on a quilt. It's like, and you have nicer weather. See, where'd I put all those scrap pieces of paper? Right here. And you know the good old, what size are your starting squares? These are 3-inch. These just happen to be what I have. But remember how we used to make the hearts in school? Or when we was younger cutting. As soon as I figure out where I put my scissors at again. There they are. Oh, yeah, Terry. It's right there. You want me to switch out? I can. I just take my pattern and start cutting. Fold your paper in half. Garbage. And that way our heart is matching. There. See? That's how fast you get your template. And give me a second. Oh, I'll do a Delaney. I'll pull the thread. Except for it's not all through my house. So that's one advantage. It's not all through my house. And switching out. There! I just oiled her, so I would remember to do this. Yeah, we all need snow. I hate to say it, we all desperately need snow. Always have to look to see which way this plug goes. And then on the machine here, oops, I must have a loose connection somewhere. Oh, my light's gonna give me gee whizzikers. Okay. There's Sarah Jane. You have more than plenty. It's like we have none. We have no rain. We have no anything. Let's see how that compares if I put this paper. So it's going to be a little bit bigger. So it's like they'll all be nobody's going outside, huh? Oh, my spray bottle's out in my kitchen. It's like, well, now you get to see Sarah Jane today. Make sure this fits. Yep, it fits. Because I am actually going to sew on the paper when I get to that part. And then right about there. I'm just improvising, winging it, I guess I could say. I want at least 2 pins right now. One in the middle. And then we're going to sit the pattern on. So then I'm going to take and put the pin here. I'd have to crush ice. It can be frustrating at times, Joseph. It can be. When, like, my sewing machine that I took on vacation to Oregon with me, it did not want to. It stitched fine on 2 layers of material, but it will not stitch on material that has batting in it. I don't know. But this is just a very simple mug rug. I made the patch thing there. And you can see I have lots of waste. But it's like, I can cut one of these corner pieces off and use that as the center of the scrappy side. A fusion quilt. It's like, okay, and go. Oh, I think I've watched seen them, because you're still making that one, Yo Patty, or you haven't started? Oh no. Of course, they go fusion quilting pattern, central fusion, plum fusion. Because I think Yo Patty sent me that information. Hi, Dawn. It's like, I can't believe how many come up under fusion. Because keepsake plum fusion is an awesome one. And the Valverde fusion one is just blocks with sashing. And the other fusion is by Zen Cheek. And it looks like that. And I don't think that's the one you're talking about. Oh, I never did turn back on my light. So I have the batting, I have the backing. Now I'm just gonna sew with my imagination so far in. And I'm gonna start at the point. I'll either start at the point or the cleavage. That's what I call this part of the heart. I call that the cleavage. Don't ask me why. Well, I know why. But I want to do about a 1/2 inch in to do my first little 1/2 inch mark. Put it in there every now and then. Just maybe my eyeball will adjust. And then, but it's a mug rug. It doesn't have to be pretty. Did that one have crochet around it? No. But I have seen one. It's like, Terry, you'll have to send the link or post the link up here. I know you know how to do that. See, I want bigger stitches. Because I could put that on my other lap thing here. You feel like you have mommy brain lately? But I'm using the paper heart basically for the pattern of where I'm heading to. Oh, okay. Yeah. And then I get phone calls from Melinda because she wants to make a Grinch quilt for Christmas next year. It's like on most of the Etsy shops that I went to find the Grinch material. If you spend $30, you get free shipping. Well, there's one Etsy account, I asked if they'll reduce the shipping, and they won't even get back to me now. But the shipping on the fabric, I spend $58 on fabric and $43.50 on shipping. It's like, I don't think so. And if I spend $30 on fabric, the shipping was $20. So I don't even know if I want to shop from that shop. It was just too much. I want the fabric. Take the 3 pins out. Oh no. You're back to doing zoomies, huh? Did he learn? And he didn't learn anything either. Means my pinking shears are not accessible. I don't use them that often. So I am okay. But I'm just not going to pay that shipping price. I don't need a quilt that bad. I'm cutting it a little wide because I do want to go back and pink it when I can. They did announce in July is their next increase, I was told. I just called the post office because I tried using their send a package so I knew the rate. And as soon as I got everything put in there, it says, no, it's not working. Okay, I want that piece and that piece. That's the only pieces I want. The rest of these are going to recycling. They never learn from what they do. They take off and do it all over again. I had two of the most laid back. It's like I never had to worry about anything hurt on them. They were so laid back. Well, and then they don't even post it. It's like my package was picked up off of Courtney's porch on a Friday. They did not post it until the following Tuesday that they had it at the post office. And then it did not pick up at any of the next places. It's the neighbor's dog. His name's Blue. He is it looks like Dalmatian Lab. He's black, but very short-legged. Yeah. But it's like, until it's it's like one, it's like, it got picked up in Pennsylvania, and it was going to be delivered in Pennsylvania. And it's like, come on. you can't deliver it back to the same place you just picked it up from. So then I had to wait for it to go through that system again, because it must have sat in the post office all for a couple nights. You see, that's as quick and easy as that. Now I'm going to quilt it a couple times. I'm going to just do some diagonal lines. Do you think I can eyeball it? Yeah, right. I'll do the best I can. It's just my kids. What's the worst they're going to say? Mom, it's crooked, right? You know what? Don't like it, don't use it. It's like, I'm ornery. I just had that. Now my scissors are on the floor. There it is. I can't connect the lines. Hi, Kim. I could try to connect the lines, but it doesn't work for me. Just improvising. My girls will love whatever their mommy makes them. And in case she's listening, Melinda sometimes eavesdrops. So you got to put in a plug every now and then. Sewing on Sarah Jane that is older than I am. No overtime allowed in most areas. The federal holiday. Oh, my scissors went to the floor. But it's, be careful of his legs. He's young, Patty, so he doesn't develop arthritis. I always go back and knot the threads and hide them. I don't like back tacking. I'm not a fan of back tacking. Not when it's visible. I'd rather take the time, needle and thread. And anybody that watched that little short I made, I like tiny stitches. I like needlework. Now I have my foot pedal up here upside down. I was pressing on it upside down on the carpet. Maybe I should keep it that way. It's like Coda called yesterday. And I started on this little book I started with my grandkids. You just take a photo album, go to the dollar store, grab a photo album for 4x6 photos or whatever it is, and you put recipe card, index cards in there. I got the plain ones. And we traced the alphabet. Each one had an alphabet page. Then we started hunting for stickers, things we could cut out of books, whatever we could find that started with A, and so on and so forth. And we wrote their names in, if their name was the letter we was working on. And because I can tell you Alani's in that part at school, because Delaney now on Bluey, it's Bluey. So Alani is trying to teach Delaney. It's like she's not stuttering. She's listening to Delaney tell her buh, buh, blue. Alani's teaching. So the more I played with that book, we made it all through it, but I was losing interest of Coda and Aspen. So I thought maybe I should order up some stickers, and next time I go to town, we work on making those books. So that means I have to go to the dollar store first. Okay, there's a sewing diagonally through it, but this here, I think I need a little more. So I'm going to go, whatever that's called, lattice. I call it lattice. I'm going to try to wing it. Going to try and wing it. Okay, bye, darling. Happy New Year. If I don't make it down the highway straight, I'll just tell the girls we started New Year's early. Crosshatch. Cross-hatching, I think is what it's called. But my brain, I need to cross-hatch, start closer to where I can see it. And Carrie's saying Happy New Year's, everybody. I probably will be on New Year's Day. I don't think it's quite the family thing. It's a football thing. Because I don't have any place I'm going. And I bring in Canada's New Year's every day, just about every night. So Carrie and I can stay up and party. And hi, good stuff. Welcome. All the sewing emojis that you got. Heck, you found more than I can find. Carrie's got a bottle in her hand. That's from reference over on Kathy's. Carrie is doing a diamond art painting of elephants. And we have looked and looked and looked, trying to figure out where the elephant really is. And their little tiny picture doesn't know justice. And I said, you know, I go, are you sure there's an elephant in there? And yeah, it's like we can kind of see it in the other picture. So I Googled it and I went and found the picture. I said, now if we could see that elephant, that'd be okay. But I made the reference. You can see the elephant if you either drink enough, a couple stiff drinks, or a good imagination. I'm sipping and sewing and was glad to find a live stream full of fellow stitchers. Well, I'm glad you found us too. Good stuff. Good stuff, Ninja. So, there's one done. And it's got the cherry backs. But my girls are going to look at this part. They can use this when cherries are getting ripe. So now I'm going to just take one of these pieces that was left from that 16 patch, Oh, why am I doing it that way? Because a rotary cutter isn't there. Thank you, Jennifer. I just wanted a little wonky. I don't want it to be 4 of the same sides. Now I'm gonna see, this is the original, and I'm just trying to show we can do them in just about anything. When I'm done and I dig out the pinking shears, I will go around the edge. But if you don't want that batting to show, you just fold this back and you can clip that batting right off there. And see, I don't want the batting out there. So I'll do this just like I did on those rag quilts. It just trims off as quick as all that. But it's like, that's how. Yes, my girls will love it. I know them because they like anything their mommy does, as I tell you. Anything their mommy does, they like or love. I just need strips. And start sewing them around this. And I know I don't need all of it. And this is how I get rid of some of my leftovers. I just trim it, clip it, and throw it out. I am not a scrap hoarder like a lot of people would. But I was going to do this in purple. So I'll gather up the material. This one here is just a lot of cut, sew, cut. What do they call them? Flip and sews? Every once in a while you have to take them to the iron to be pressed. But wonky blocks are not as complicated. It's like the pattern's in front of you, just go for it. Anybody that says they can't do a wonky block, Miss OCD here can do it. You can do it. I am a true believer of straight lines. There are patterns, there's this, there's that. But it's like, I did the wonky. Your brain can do it. See, I wouldn't be able to do this scrappy thing with little hands here. But just finger press. Grab the next one. It's like, doesn't have to be anything fancy. It's like, but you just grab it and sew, grab it and sew, grab it and sew. And you technically, you only have to trim the one you're working on right now, because this one here, you might end up trimming off a different way. But I was digging hard to find reds. Reds are dark pinks. I think I might have to start that out a little further. And it looks like a pretty straight cut down here. The ones I've used, I'm putting in one pile. So I can go through the whole stack. Be nice if you can put you in. Oh, Randy, hi. It's like, see, no purple. On the wall is no purple. But I am very glad you joined us, Randy. How's your physical therapy going? Gayla has to miss mine. She has to watch the replay because her physical therapy is on Tuesday and Thursday next week at 2 o'clock, my time zone. You made me a mod. Yeah, but I'm not writing up there, so I can't be timed out. So you girls got to watch out. Girls and guys. He'll probably play favoritism to the guys. But I have something out here older than me though, Randy. My sewing machine's older than I am. She's I think a 1947. Hi, Kathy. Finger press. Wears down the fingernails, but oh well. And you can go around and round and around and trim them. Like this one here, I didn't leave enough up there. Just trim it off and make it straight. It doesn't hurt it. I'm debating on this one. Nah. That one's... Don't know how I'd want to. I have the 66. She's in working condition, but she does not want me to take out the bobbin case. We've had Terry, I, and Tracy. We have spent lots of time trying to get that bobbin case out on her. We've did videos back and forth to each other. And they're even on YouTube, some of them are. Because it was easier to send them that way. Another scrap for the garbage. Yeah, and that's what we decided. Terry's telling you. Didn't have to take it out because it's working fine. And then again, I come out a little bit short, but on Wonky, you just trim it. You can actually be short on this. Clear up some of the mess on here. That one will be long enough. This needs to be a little flatter. But that's what we decided, is it won't come out. It's not broke, so leave it. My chat just disappeared. live chat join. It's like, did I lose myself? I hope not. Because up there it says I'm live, but it's got absolutely nothing up there. Oh, the phone's faster. Swipe to open. I did. Me. Live. Okay, I'm still here. I lost the chat and everything on my laptop. I do not know why. Got to go back into it because I lost my chat. There, I got it back. Randy. Terry, we're going to have to put him in something. It's like... it's like, I will let him go. He's the one that's at home rehabbing. But Gayla will say that she doesn't do that. It's like, see, and if you lose track of where Terry told you to say it. Okay. Okay. It's like on these blocks and log cabin blocks, if you ever lose track of where you're going next, see there's one seam here, there's one seam here, there's two seams on this side. This is the side that you go to next. You're always, if you didn't know that, you know that now. It's like you want to sew your strip on where there's two seams. Try to keep this educational as we can. Thinking of buying an oval Edmund frame. I do twin size. Can it handle that? I've made king size off of my little foot frame. I just do them as close as you go. Technique for joining. Okay. Take the queen out. But it's always a kind of a simple thing. And if you don't have a good fingernail, you can use a spoon even for finger pressing. Yes, because if I use the laptop, I'm on the correct side. But you get to see everything backwards. Believe me, it was weird the first time I seen it. But it's like, hey, now, good stuff. I did that blanket thing one time, and I had a blanket because at that time, Velux blankets was all the go. And they told me, just go buy a Velux blanket. It'll work great. So I went and bought a Velux blanket. I put it in my quilt. After about 20 years of washing, the dang thing came apart. It's like I have stuff dropping down in my corners because I tied it at the log cabin that I made. So I was up camping one time and I had to I took off all the binding, tore out all the tie stitches, and I had one heck of a lavender mess all over the the campground. I says, well, the birds are going to be, their nests, the squirrels, everything. You've done a queen size on a small handheld. Yeah. Well, I do mine because my maximum is 48 inches. So I do the 48 and the two sides. That way I have a nice, my king size quilt is 120 by 104 or 108. But mine after 20 years came apart. I mean, I was very happy with the life of it. But it's like, so now I have a top in the other room that I've been going to have it get it requilted. But it's like one of the fabrics wanted to come apart at the seam. So I'm having to go back with the feather stitch. I think I'm going back over feather stitch all the seams. One or two seams per block. I'm not doing the whole block that way. But I thought if I have to do one of the colors, just keep doing the colors. Okay, that one's been used. That one's not big enough. That one's big enough. Okay, I just looked at that fusion quilt, Patty. That looks like it would be fun. My mother-in-law uses different, this is 2, so 1 1/4. Blankets that she buys at Goodwill and yard sales. But she just uses them straight on the back of the jean quilts. And boy, they get matted up and they get nasty looking. They get really bad too. And my kids actually have to take scissors and shave off all the what are those fuzz balls called that get on sweaters and stuff? But it gets on the back of the blankets and it starts making them look dirty. They're picking up everything. It's like just went brain dead with what those fuzz balls are called. Pilling, yeah. See, I got it about the same time Kim says it. So we have to shave their jean quilts from Grandma every now and then. So Melinda just quit using hers. She's going to preserve it. Just use some grunge. And this was a fake grunge. I know my time's over. Is anybody else coming on today? I'm in the sewing mood. I'm in here. If I'm not going to sew this, then I'm going to have to go back down to those tiny stitches. And I can't tell you how many times I've been singing Tiny Bubbles every time I do a tiny stitch. And then it asked me if I wanted to put music on the back of it. And it's like, only if I can find tiny bubbles. And those teeny tiny stitches. There, I pressed it real fast. Cotton sheets are good for backing. Yes. The cotton sheets at the store, we've used that on all of our donation quilts. Get the sheets as their backing. And it's just one of those. It's like sewing with batiks. My first quilt on my long arm, I did a turtle quilt with all batiks. And the backing was batik. And the needle did not want to go through all those layers. It kept threading the actual thread. But I was going 18 inches to 2-3 feet, and it would snap the thread again because of the density of the batik fabric is like buying a fine cotton sheet. And I kept snapping the threads. So if I have batik on the front, I don't put batik on the back anymore. Good stuff. Are you making donation quilts or family quilts? Utility quilts, memory quilts? It's like my quilts all go to me. Last night when I'm going through my head, it's like I have, unfortunately, it's like I can't give up some of my quilts. I have 50 some quilts in my house. I have 50 some quilts. You're going to the neighbors? Now, my neighbor would love to have a quilt, but he's not worth it. I give some to the ambulance or the cops. The cops are a good place to donate to. When they go to a situation that there might be a child involved. I had them in our ambulance because I'll get out to some of these wrecks. And the kids are comfort blankets, comfort quilts. That's what I've labeled them. Comfort quilts. But some of the places, their demands are getting so ridiculous. I mean, it's getting bad. Some of them, they want them all quilted now. You're learning from watching the So Yeah channel. You got to watch some of those too. It's like, I don't know if they'll come back at anybody and charge them a fee. It's like, I don't know. That's what I was always wondering. So technically, I just need to add a couple more strips and it'll be big enough. Yeah, the shelter, homeless, but the police are the one I like giving to the most because it's like they don't receive a whole lot. They don't receive a whole bunch of them. I'm going to hope everyone have a... Okay. Bye, Joseph. And you have a very happy New Year. But you can come back and join again on Thursday. I'll be here. It's noon my time. 3 o'clock East Coast, and Central is the 2. It's like 2 o'clock. So it's noon, 2, 3. I don't know. It seems like we don't have a whole lot in Mountain Time. My brother-in-law's Mountain Time, but he doesn't watch that I know of. Okay. But see, on the other end, I don't know if they have to pay a fee. So just be careful for some of that, because everybody's making money off of everybody. That's the main thing. I know Etsy shops charge. I know this charges and that charges. But we don't know the hidden back, you know, if they're paying a fee. But good luck. And our local food bank would be a place to take a few. The streams are free. But like I said, good luck. A lot of people think that they can buy quilts for 50 bucks. And it's way more than 50. And I've never watched So Yeah sell theirs. So I don't know what price they sell their stuff for. See, need a color for here. Not the pink one. Not the cherry one. That one's not long enough. That one's long enough. Yeah, they sell fabric, yes. But I'm sure there's something that like the state of Washington, we get taxed for everything. I mean everything. Anything and everything we order, we get taxed on. These people have to collect taxes. If they don't charge it, it's good. But it's like, I always say there's something up when it's too good to be true. And then I get hit with a, yeah. Yeah, they sell fabric, not quilts. See, is it big enough? It's definitely close enough. I have to draw out another one, but I will put another strip up here. Or no, over there. So I make sure I have enough for pinning too. I actually sold one quilt by it hanging on the wall, my wall behind me. This one gal seen it in someplace I was at, and she goes, I want to buy that quilt that's hanging on your wall. And I says, well, thank you. It's like, you know, I'm never going to see this gal. Well, that gal ended up getting a hold of me through Facebook. She chased me down and found me in Facebook. And then she sent me a Facebook Messenger thing saying, I'm not kidding. I want to buy that quilt. That disappearing 9 patch. I want the colors. I want the quilt. So we ended up working out a deal, and I sold her that quilt. I was very honored that she chased me down. And she sends me updates. She's had the quilt a year and a half. And I've received 3 pictures from her. It's her summer quilt. But she asked, you know, washing instructions, this, that. It's like, it all works. But the one that's on my design wall up there, it's like, that one's not for sale. It's like, that's a quilt, that's a group of 19 of us got together and did what they call a bag quilt exchange, bag quilt. We had to put our fabrics in a bag and a few instructions. And what our backing was, what our requirement was. Okay, 1 a month. It's like, it'll force you to, oh, it's like, don't push yourself. Just remember, it's not a job. It's supposed to be enjoyable. When it's no longer enjoyable, it's like, you're done. I think I added that in the wrong spot. So, Melinda's out shopping, so she's not watching. That one will fit on that. It's getting a paper. That's what I was getting. I need a template. I need my heart template. I bet my tablet here is, battery's getting low. Yep. I have so many things plugged in right now. And then I slid down. Like, stay standing. Come on. It's like, I hit the mouse. Now it wants to do whatever it wants to do. Oh my gosh. Lost the chat again. Have to have the chat in order to see how it's going. Carrie, it's like, she's laughing at me. I hit the mouse and off it went. And my phone went to sleep too. But it's like, I just willy-nilly start cutting. That's what my nice word, willy-nilly. The girls will have to provide their own cups for their hot chocolate. Ronnie will be coffee. See, and it's even a different shape than that one. So I have to add one more layer. Where do I want to add? And what color do I have that's long enough? That's the thing. What color do I have that's long enough? That one that I didn't want to add. Nope. Nope. Which is my longest here? It's only going to see a little bit of it, so what difference does it make, right? So I guess it's this one. I'll just make sure to add it on the opposite side than that one. It's just what I have, what little I have in red scraps left. I've made a lot of scrappy quilts. Melinda went and picked up the 2 embroidery floss I needed. I don't know when they'll be back over. But thank you. Good stuff, Ninja. I just need to make sure it's enough for when I place that heart on there. Even though I can make the heart a little smaller or get rid of another piece of the red. See, there. It's gonna fit perfect. Yeah. And it's like, well, it's good that you're recycling all that stuff. The only thing I have in my closet are t-shirts. It's like, I am not a fancy clothes wearer. I am simple as simple can be. The sweatshirt I have on is a Christmas gift from my grandson, Austin. It's from all the Oregon coast lighthouses. I've been to them all. You can't physically go out to 2 of them. You can't physically go out to Terrible Tilly. She's on here. Tillamook Rock, the one that's up top. And you can't go out to Cape Arago. She belongs back to the, she went back to the Indians. And the Indians aren't allowing us to go out there. So we just get to look at her. They turned off the light. They took down something. I forget what they took down. Okay. Lay this where I need it. And then set it on top of here. Make sure all the pieces are under it. Yep. And see, I don't do braided rugs because age again, it's like we can't have trip factors. We can't have tripping factors in our life as we get older. And then I have the little ones. They'd never, I have one rug I got for my birthday. It was braided from old sheets, I think it was. And it's like, it's out in front of my refrigerator because I wanted to put it out for display. And now I'm just going to sew around the heart shape. I'm going to start in the, what I call the cleavage of the heart. And I'm just going to sew on top of the paper. She needs a new sewing machine needle anyway. And I'm just going to try to guess from last time when I sewed. I went to Florida to get Sarah Jane. The gal that cannot comment on my lives, but before the lives, I was talking about I wanted my grandma's featherweight. Well, I wanted her treadle machine, and she traded that in. And then when my grandmother, she traded in on a featherweight. And then when she passed away, I think they just sold it. But my grandmother had I think a 66 or a 90. What? But it's like, I wanted my grandma's. And this one gal's mother was listening. And they knew I was going to be going to Florida. So they go, do you really want a featherweight? And I says, yes, I really want a featherweight. So we made the arrangements like March, April. And it's like, so we made all the arrangements. They even drove where I was going to be in Florida. Brought me over Sarah Jane. They sold her to me for the price they paid at the yard sale. So I got Sarah Jane for $100. I love Sarah Jane. But I can't have her out here on the other days because I quilt with a little one. And she would be grabbing at all the moving parts. So I don't sew as much with her anymore. I used to sew and hold her. Oh, I was supposed to trim that first. Doesn't matter. I can still go out and trim it wide. Because I'm going to come back and quilt it. So half the paper's off, so discontinue. My grandkids like sewing books with me because I actually take the scrap papers. I'll take so many. There'll be no thread in my machine. And I put this little perforated piece, and then we fold them in half, staple on the top, and they can pull off the little pages. Like, I don't know if I have one right here. Yeah, it's like, these don't have the perforated, but I'll sew the top, and we'll have those little stitch lines there, and they just, but they love making these little tablets. I don't need the tear off stitch line because I don't want to lose my information. Susan says, great price, Sandra. Mine costs a bit more than that. It's like, she's got her wear, but when I'm sitting here, it's like she's had a lot of jeans run across this, is what I say. Because jeans do wear your machine. And I picture like Grandpa's coveralls. Grandpa wore bibbed overalls. Those thin lined ones, you know. And I can picture them being patched on this machine. Yeah, she's now on my list of grab, and if you have to evacuate, she's right up there with the photo albums. I don't know what I'd ever have to evacuate for. It's like we was threatened with one fire once. It was going across along the train tracks. You can buy them cheaper off of some other site. Hey, it's like, and we have a person in here that might have a featherweight for sale. So Terry, do you have any that are up? There's one, so Terry made that. She knows which one I love. It's like I would love to have her get that one up and running. I call it Tutti Frutti. She was having fun because she restores them. But there's the first sewing machine costs $100. So in order for regular people to afford that, Senior invented, paid some money down and some money each month. Yes, they did. Yeah, because I thought Terry was talking about possibly. And Yo Patty already bought, what is it called, a grasshopper? It was a green one. I know that. I call it a grasshopper. Now this one here, I can either just start doing some weird, or I can do the same thing. And I'm going to do the same thing so they can't complain. That hers has stripes, mine has this. I want them to be the same. Yeah, the grasshopper, okay. Yo Patty had it. Did you? Yo Patty contacted me once, and she had found one at a thrift store. And it's like, she goes, "Are you really interested?" And then it's like, she had a friend, they went and bought it. Before the rag quilts. How did your rag quilts turn out? Everybody enjoy them? Honored to receive them, I should say. I'm doing my hatching every two. It's a Swiss made. I seen one in our yard sale, Facebook yard sale, and they had that one and another machine, $150. I got on that as soon as I could, and they had sold. Because I was going to send. You're glad the adventure's over, or the clipping? The clipping part is the fun part. But it's like, I just sit down at night, watch TV, and clip away. This girl ate, napped, went for a walk, and still standing in her pen whining. She is so spoiled. Well, I wonder who spoiled her, Terry. I wonder who spoiled her. Well, I didn't think my rag quilt would be up on the wall so long. Being I'm just doing this back thing here. I'm going to put this back up this way. It's like, that way when I glance up here, I can look at that quilt on my wall and wonder, what am I going to trim that in? Because because I'm thinking the orange gold is a little tiny border. And then I wonder if I can find anything that would complement that turquoise that's in there. Or should I draw out another color? The part of quilting that's the hardest. Aren't they bright and colorful? It's like the biggest comment on that bag quilting thing with the 19 people. They go, Sandra does use other colors besides purple? They couldn't believe I had something rather than purple. You do? It's like, oh no. My bobbin ran out. I think I have another one. It's like, I just gotta remember how this drawer works here. And also with receiving this, they had these 3D printed bobbin cases made for the featherweight. And they give me 2 of them as a gift. I have yet to see if the 66 bobbin fits in there. But it's 3D printed, and of course they're purple. But I just happen to have one. Okay, now Terry, which way does my thread go? It's like it should always go up and over the bridge. It's like I had it written on my counter here and it blurred. It's like it's going counterclockwise. Put it in my left hand and it rolls off the side towards me, over the top, and then down. Okay, because it seems like it's opposite my everything else I own. But I thought writing on my countertop here was the best thing to do in the world. Not. They don't pop like the other machines. My other machines all click when you... Would it help if you don't hold the thread when you go down to pick up your thread? Counterclockwise. Okay. Phew! But it came off my table. I can't read what anything says anymore. Okay, my 2 inches right there. Okay. It's like I thought everything clicks. But it just might have been I was talking at the time. I should have heard a click. Anybody got any big plans? Well, we know the Good Stuff Ninja is going to make 12 quilts, sell 1 a month. Oh, she's the quilt police today. Okay. But someone's got to take the place of Miss D, right? There's that 2-inch mark. It's like I wouldn't have to put it here, but it's every 2. And see, I'll be a gift ahead on the girls. But little Miss D, she always takes off. Yeah, little Miss D, she actually taste tests. She tests the fabric for whatever. She has her own little quilt block. She helped one day when she was just a baby. She helped a block that Miss Terry designed. We did a test block for her, and that's her little quilt blanket. And when she's teething, she chews on them for sure. And she's deaf as well. It's like we have a deaf one, Casey's cubby, litter sister to my Oreo. She is 16 and she is cataract, sight poor, and deaf. But her smeller works. It's in your son-in-law's hands for pooping. I put the pattern up somewhere, or it's still on my laptop. But Miss D, that was a long time ago. She was still the baby sitting on my lap. That's when this didn't interest her that much. Now, anything that moves is fair game for her. So the only thing I will have to do is hide these threads, dig out the pinking shears, trim the batting, because I don't like the extra batting out there. That way when they wash it, she'll be 16 in 5 days. Well, Cubby was 16 on September 1st. So she's heading towards the half mark. Gotta make her a cake. Oh, I hit the computer to wake up and I took it too far. When I was out there Christmas Eve, she come over and I give her a little bit of the French dip I had. I give her a little piece of the meat. I bet you just love the 2 in the morning potty breaks, because they don't know what it is, what time of day it is, because they can't see that well. But there's the second one. It's like the back's got that. And there's the other one. So I did 2 versions. Wonky. And the squares. And the original is Wonky, very colorful. Both sides. And then its quilting, I just went a shape around the center. But that's what we did today. She wakes up 2 or 3 times in the night. You wish you could use her throne? You don't have to go very far with her, I hope. Well, thank you, June. Now I'm trimming the batting. I just hold it and go down towards where it's sewed and just trim off the excess, so when it does get washed, it'll rag a little bit. And I'm gonna, it's like, if it rags, it rags. I should make it all raggy, but then I'd have to wash it first. Do I want to pick the stuff out of it? No. I know my son, being as he's got the 2 new puppies, he goes, they're pretty potty trained except for when he gets to sleep past 4, it's like, he wants, the puppies want up at 4. So on his sleep-in days that he can sleep in, they don't want to sleep in. My daughter used to have the artificial turf on a tray that they could potty on. She's too sound of a sleeper to hear the puppy. And she had an artificial green that you just had to Okay, bye, Kim, and Happy New Year. I'll be back on that day. And if you join, you join. If you don't, you don't. But Happy New Year. You have to gear her up for outside with her harness, her sweater, her sling. And, oh, no. Carrie's lucky. She has a balcony. If there's snow and rain. If there's not snow and rain, then it's not that. It's like Ronnie got lucky on the artificial. Susan says Moxie didn't like it. Well, the vet said, unfortunately, they had to go out and find where he went potty last in the yard. And they picked up a little bit of the grass. And they put it on the mat. And that's what got him to using the mat. You run when you see her circling. It's not the Indians are attacking. But when Casey was here the other day, they's heading up north for Christmas. And they go with him every place they go. Oh. You don't want to be the example? And they was both laying on the floor of the car, all circled, sound asleep. And I trying to tell him that they need to have their harnesses on and tethered, but I'm doing good that he getting as far. But he has what, three outside dogs and cubby. He had to put one down. And he wasn't going to get any more puppies until more was gone, older. And he ended up getting these puppies because they were so cute. For years, he was the one, as per rules, then the rule maker got dogs. I had doggy doors. But every time mine would go out after dark, use the doggy door, I was up too. It's like you don't know when a coyote's going to show up or anything else. Yeah, some people can be nasty. I have a Doberman that gets cut loose every day that runs up over here and up and down the fence line. And I don't like his teeth. He sounds terrible. But it's like, it's your dog. Let him run in your yard. Your backyard's too far away. This guy walks across the street and lets his dog run. He's holding the leash. But I have girls with fears of dogs. Melinda, oh, she didn't used to be. But after she got bit by that dog on the postal route, she has, I say, PSD to dogs now. She stood inside my door when she was trying to leave one day, just shaking, because that Doberman was out there. I says, well, let's go out in the yard. That fence isn't big enough to protect me, because I have a 3-foot vinyl fence in my front yard. See, I trimmed out the batting. But she has PSTD now, and I flat out tell her that. But it is. Well, it's like if they're trained, this guy just lets it run. So I have 2 hearts if I want to make smaller ones. Or I can sit these hearts on the material and then just cut out further on the outside. But it's like, I don't plan on making another one, because I have mine. Mine is purple. It's just pinked. But my pinking shears are not in this drawer. And it's like, this is the punch for making the hexies. This isn't heavy enough. But my pinking shears are in the drawer over there behind the camera. And I'd have to move the camera in order to get, yeah, raw edge pinked. That's what this one is, raw edge pinked. And I cut the binding out of that one too. And if they lose them, they lose them. We can always make more. Now I just have to hide all the, not the strings, trim the edges, and gift them to them. Well, beans, I was here 2 hours, ladies. We will see who gets to pick first this time. I think it's Ronnie pick. I think. No, Melinda pick. It's somebody's turn to pick. I might let Delaney pick. I don't know. I'll just tell Miss D which one should go to Great Aunt Minda. It's like, see, and then let her pick. Who knows? But it'll be picked somehow. But I got to press off my marks. I want to thank everybody for coming over. And Happy New Year. And we'll see you on Thursday. Same place. We never know what length of time, because I want to dig out the sweetheart block. It's like, I'll show you the pattern. I'm going to dig out the materials. We're going to make this block on Thursday. The sweetheart block. a free pattern sample off of patchworksquare.com. But that's what I'm going to do on Thursday. And it's going to be purple for me. I will dig out purples. I have it, I showed you in the table runners. It's like, I should have left that up. There. That's the sweetheart block. I try to do it whenever I can. I try to do blocks. But yes, this one's going to be Thursday. You're going to let... Thank you, Miss Terry. My quilting sister from the other side. We're only 2,000 some miles apart. But the girls have their pillows, I think. But they're getting table runners. This one is definitely Ronnie. And this one is Melinda. And they don't use them as table runners. They just hang them off the wall, or they sit them on the back of the couch. They don't use them as table runners. See, so Terry, when I got the featherweight, she made me this bag that covers the plate. That way you don't hear a clunk of metal hitting metal. And that's the link to the block, the sweetheart block. And they do have them in multiple sizes, 12 and 9. You can choose which size you make. I'm making the 12 because I have to have 13.5 inches for the pillows. And there's 4 pages you print out for all the instructions. You got the picture, the fabric requirements. This is how you sew some of the pieces. But they're telling you on the arrow points for the heart. They have a page on how to do that. Arrow points and bottom edge, no triangle method. Use only squares. So they do have, I haven't had one of them that had anything wrong in it. But it's because of the hearts. I thought, it's getting close to Valentine's Day. We got to start early. We got to start early. But my hoping the purple material is here so I can, the ones that you can see just up there, that's the rows. There's 3 rows of the quilt there, and there's the other 3 rows of the quilt around the corner. Right over there in that doorway. You can just see the edge of one. It's like that. I got to get back on that rag quilt, but it's going to be done in between. I went through my UFO list, and I have lists of what I would like to do, and it's like the first on the agenda is them. And then I have the St. Patrick's up here. It's got the shamrock on the outside. It's like I don't remember. I have too many things up here. Trying to find the hanger here. Let's see, here's the St. Patrick's. That was a free pattern. And I have 2 different shades of green. That's their table runners for March. So I have to start the ones. And then I have to finish them in between. Okay, bye, Cheryl. Oh, Bible study ran long. Really good time. Well, that is good. It's like I did the 9, it's like there's the 9 patch heart mug rug. There's the crazy quilt one. They both have terry fabric on the back. But this material is from Switzerland. And there's one piece on the front of this one. Then we were showing them the Thursday block. I'm going to start with the Sweetheart block again. And the Sweetheart block is in file cabinet right there. I have it in red and with more pinks. These are 2 table runners for the girls. And then after that one, we'll start with the, and I'll try and find the link. It's off of Coriander Quilts. Has the link for the shamrock. So get a few holiday things. But these are their surprise. So if I don't get the table runners done, they get these. The girls are always lucky. Cheryl makes for other people also. But I just have to hide the threads, pink the edges, and they're done. But just want to thank everybody for being here, joining in the fun. And if there's ever anything that you think you want to do or need help doing, just let us know. We'll look it up and I will try to help you. There's enough of us in here, we might get it figured out. When we was doing the square dance block, you've been working again, that's fine. And it's like the square dance block, we had Australia, all sorts of, everybody was making that day. I sent patterns out through emails everywhere. And we had a blast making that square dance one. Because they was all, putting in their information. But I still say it's a dancing frog. Or a bunny rabbit. But I don't see a square dance in it. But we'll see everybody on Thursday. Okay, I'm going to go out and start I am on my last. I got 100 inches to go, Cheryl. So I'll go out there and hand sew with you. And I will listen to myself too. I always run my thing back. Okay, bye everybody.